Welcome to the Chet TV Newsroom. I'm Trevor McManus, and here are your top stories. A fiery crash has ended with no casualties. Chatwin residents met to discuss the new city council building. And finally, some major upgrades are in order in Chetwynd's near future. And now to our top story, starting off in Fort Nelson, where a small plane crashed in the downtown core. The accident reportedly happened sometime after 4 p.m. Wednesday afternoon. The RCMP confirmed the pilot was pulled from the crash and taken to hospital and miraculously only suffered minor injuries and has since left the hospital. A witness says the plane flew past his office in flames and that it appeared as though the pilot tried to land the aircraft down on the dump road in front of Cal Tire. Transportation Safety Board believed that the initial cause of the crash was engine failure. They also confirmed that the investigation is ongoing and nobody on the ground was injured and no property was damaged from the accident. Moving over to Chetwynd now, where last night over 15 residents attended a town hall meeting to discuss the revised drawings and figures for the proposed new Chetwynd Municipal Hall. Revised cost and design of the new hall were outlined by the staff. Officials outlined that the construction will now start in 2014 and will be completed in 2015. It was also outlined that the present office area would be turned into a new tourist information center and the modular trailers will be either given away or demolished. You can continue to watch Chet TV 655 for complete news bulletins about the proposed construction of the new Municipal Chetwynd Hall.
Behind me is the current municipal building and fire hall, and around the corner behind the current building is where the new municipal building will be put in place in the next few years. Tonight on September 24th, the open house is put in place in the current building for the public to come and ask questions about the new process, and it looks promising.
Back in 1986, or 85-86, this particular complex was built, and it actually wasn't built, it was moved on site, right? It was 5 ATCO buildings glued together, placed here for a temporary purpose for 5 years, which would allow council to kind of develop the new building, the new council chambers, which at that time was proposed to be, again, attached to this. This part of the building, we have come up with a total project budget, which we've actually included an additional $800,000 for landscaping, paving, and architectural fees for 4.7. With the funds that these guys will speak to you about in a minute, we actually have 4.8 million available. Now, is it taxpayers' money? Yes, everything's taxpayers' money. It doesn't matter where it comes from. But the $500,000 contributions have come from fair share. The sustainability reserve is actually a reserve that was created a couple of years ago, and the purpose of that reserve was twofold. One, to take some money out of the pipeline grants in lieu and taxes in lieu, and also to take a little bit of that fair share and funnel it into a reserve. And the purpose of that reserve, which these guys are going to talk to you about, is outlined in the policy of council. The plan, if the people of Chetwynd don't do it, the plan is to move forward next spring. We've had discussions with the low bidder and they're interested in continuing with the project. We have to actually work to fine-tune the project a little bit more. One thing we've said is this project's not going over budget. This is not going to be what we want so bad that it's an open check book. We've already driven the project down to something we can afford, and we've cut out some of the fancy frills like stonework and things like that. Some of those things can be done later if there's a desire to do it. But
don't take anything away from the character of the building, because if that's what you expect the people that are coming to town to build, whether it be a townhouse or even a home or a business, I think they'll follow what they see here. And if we scale it back too much, especially what it looks like on the outside,
lead by example.
Lead by example, exactly.
Staying in Chetwynd, where the Bickford fire lookout has gone through a major restoration. The move is to both preserve a part of the province's wildfire history and improve a local recreation spot. Over the past year, damaged doors and windows have been replaced, new subfloor has been installed, repairs have been done to the roof, and the exterior got a new coat of paint, while 2 exterior walls were restructured and straightened. There are still plans for additional work early next year, including installing laminate flooring and painting the lower level walls and ceiling. Site will be maintained by Recreation Sites and Trails BC, who contributed $10,000 to the project. Glenmore Coal Mining matched that contribution, and the Chetwynd Outdoor Society and Buffalo Aerial Helicopter Service also assisted with the restoration. The district has rescheduled the ribbon cutting for the Right In, Right Out project, and the ceremony is set to take place Friday, October 4th at the Chetwynd Rec Center. The original plan had the ribbon cutting to take place this past Tuesday, but had to put it off due to a construction issue. The new project will allow motorists to turn right onto Highway 97 into the rec center, as well as turn right out of the rec center back onto the highway. Moving to the Mile Zero City, where Dawson Creek City Council had a special meeting Wednesday morning for the official swearing in of the city's new mayor. During Dale Bumstead's opening and closing address, he thanked the community and council for his success and the future growth for the city of Dawson Creek. It was a packed house at the City Hall as everyone from family to local politicians were in attendance. Bumstead expressed his gratitude to former mayor and now South Peace MLA Mike Bernier for his leadership in the community. Bernier even flew in from Victoria for this special ceremony and feels Bumstead will be a positive role model for the city. Looking at sports now, the search is finally over. The Dawson Creek senior Canucks have been looking for someone to take their vacant head coaching position for some time. The organization had their sights set on one man in particular, and fortunately for them and their fans, they got him. Duncan Redfern will be the bench boss starting this season in November. Due to prior commitments, he was unable to join the team for the first month of play, but is viewing this opportunity as a long-term project rather than a one-season deal. Redfern says he's excited to get back to doing what he loves. Senior Canucks begin their season October 26th. Stay tuned to Aaron as your 5-day weather forecast coming up next. Inside the Chet TV newsroom, I'm Trevor McManus.